Okay, here's the step to make the coffee part. You're gonna go ahead and add the 1 cup of sugar to a measuring cup or any kind of container, bowl, anything. Then add the coffee and hot boiling water. I like to use the measuring cup because I can go ahead and pour it up to the measuring area I want. So go ahead and pour this until it gets to about 2 cups. Okay. Then go ahead and mix it. Mix it until the sugar has dissolved in the coffee. Okay. Once it's dissolved, you're gonna go ahead and add it to the remainder of the Jello mix that we didn't add coconut to. Make sure that the remainder of the Jello liquid is on low heat so it doesn't get hardened. Okay, so take the coffee mix and add it to your Jello liquid. Take your ladle and mix it. So that's basically the coffee pot. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pour this onto the Jello mold. I'll have to take that out of the refrigerator. This should be ready to go. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the coconut Jello has set. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour the coffee Jello over. Till you get to almost the top. This to this one. Okay, so you're gonna keep doing this to all of them, and you're gonna put it in the refrigerator for several hours. You can leave it overnight, which is pretty much best if you can leave it overnight. But I think if you can leave it in there for probably 5 hours, you're good. It should be cold enough since it's a small mold. If it's a larger container, then you'll have to leave it in there longer. But I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of them and put it in the refrigerator. And once it's done, I'll put it on the plate and I'll record that also. Okay guys, I forgot to mention a few things. The first thing is when you make the coconut part of the Jello, you don't want to leave it out too long. You want to go ahead and put it in the refrigerator as soon as you pour it into the container. What happens is if you leave it out too long, the Jello will still form, but the coconut will raise to the top and then the Jello will be on the bottom, which would not look good if you want a solid color. Same thing with the coffee, but you really can't tell too much on the coffee because of the texture of the liquid. So that's one part. The other part is I forgot to show you how firm the Jello should be before you add another layer. So here I have one that I saved. It's a blue Jello, and if you touch it, it's firm but not completely firm. and it doesn't stick to your fingers. Once you get that, then you can go ahead and pour in your coffee or another layer of Jello. If you take a scoop of the coffee and just pour it in, then what's going to happen is when you put it in the refrigerator, because the bottom already was firm, they don't mix together. I'm just going to pour this whole thing in there. Just like that. Okay, you just put it in the refrigerator. Try to remove as much bubble as you can. And then once it's set, then I'll just flip it and put it on a plate. Normally, as I stated on the video, that I usually do the coffee first and then the coconut on top, only because I serve it that way. Because I'm using the mold, it's going to be flipped around. That's why I put the coconut first. So those are the few things I have forgotten to mention, and hopefully that will be helpful.